I like my job because what I do is good. It's a good thing. I am making a difference as we're in the business of saving lives.
Somewhere, an accident victim is recovering from emergency surgery. A baby born prematurely is gaining weight, and a cancer patient is beating the odds, getting stronger, getting better. Every day, Wendy Holmes helps make events like these possible. She's not a doctor, and she's not a nurse. If you like the idea of earning your living by helping people, you should find out more about Wendy's career. You should consider becoming a blood donor technician. Donating blood is sometimes called giving the gift of life. But to be useful, blood must be collected, processed, and stored properly. These are the nationwide services provided by United Blood Services, a division of Blood Systems Incorporated. This is where Wendy works.
The mission that we have is to save lives and supply the hospitals with a safe, adequate blood supply.
For the most part, Wendy's company relies on volunteer donors, people who give blood because they know others in the community will need it. Unfortunately, not everyone who wants to donate blood can be a donor. Donor technicians like Wendy are trained to make decisions about who should and shouldn't go through the donation process.
That is one of the most important jobs that we do, is qualifying the donor. We ask them to read a pamphlet. We answer any questions that they have. We take them into the interviewing booth where we will ask them a series of questions about just places they've been, things they've done, just their overall history, their health history.
A brief physical examination is also part of the qualifying process for blood donors.
The first thing we do is we check the iron level. We take the blood pressure, the systolic and diastolic, and then the temperature and pulse. If they're all within our acceptable means, then we proceed on to the end of the interview. Then the donor signs a form, and I sign the form, and they're qualified to donate.
All blood looks pretty much the same, but there are several different types. Technicians are responsible for keeping things straight by carefully labeling each container of blood. Then the actual drawing of blood can begin.
We take the donor into the phlebotomy area. We'll select a container according to their blood type or according to what the hospitals need. We will identify the donor by re-asking him his name and birth date. Then we select a vein with a tourniquet and a hand grip. We look for size, angle, all kinds of things. And then we surgically clean his arm, with a scrub, get it ready, and then put it in.
Thanks to the training Wendy received prior to starting as a technician, drawing blood has never been a problem for her. But Wendy wasn't sure about this part of the job when she started thinking about becoming a donor technician.
Actually, I was a little afraid, thinking I couldn't draw blood. But the training and everything that they provide for you, they make you feel real comfortable. Most people will train with oranges and things like that. We actually have a fake arm that they use. They teach you about the different veins in the arm and which ones are the arteries. And
Wendy has found that donors can also help technicians gain confidence in their skills.
Pressure, and hold your arm straight above your head. A lot of the donors are repeat donors, so they've been through the process before. So if you're new, they understand it. They make you feel comfortable.
Like many other people who deal directly with the public, donor technicians must be friendly, patient, and understanding. Wendy knows that it's especially important for donor technicians to make the experience of giving blood as pleasant as possible.
You got to make them want to come back to see you, because if not, there's no blood. Just if I can get one person to come back and donate blood again, I'm doing my job right. It's not that hard. Just be nice and friendly and smile and do your job right, and they'll come back.
Usually, healthy people can donate blood every 2 months or so, from their late teens to the age of 75 or 80. There are people who have donated blood more than 200 times. That means they've given more than 25 gallons of blood.
You get to know the donors, you get to know the donors' families. They walk in the door, you know them right away. It's like, hey, where you been, Or you see them again, it's like, has it been 8 weeks already? So that's kind of fun. You get to share in their victories, the new car that they got, being a new grandfather, all that kind of stuff.
You have a great day, Doc.
Donor technicians consult with doctors and nurses on a regular basis. This exposure to people in the medical profession is helping Wendy decide how to plan for her future.
This is Wendy. May I help you?
I didn't have any medical background at all when I came here. Now I see, without going to school, I can see if I would be interested in going into the medical field.
Wendy appreciates that there are opportunities for advancement at her company.
I would like to be a supervisor of my own center, be able to maintain the donor retention, teach the employees that work under me how to do that, and then after that, I'd like to maybe take my boss's job, be able to work down in the corporate office and be in charge of the supervisors in the centers.
Meet Leroy Herder. Like Wendy, Leroy is a donor technician with United Blood Services. But Leroy handles a special kind of blood donation called cytopheresis. Cytopheresis technicians use machines that remove only one or two kinds of cells from the blood. Almost all the other components are returned to the donor's body. When it's separated, the blood from one donation can help as many as 4 different patients.
Usually you draw the return side first because you want to make sure that you can return the cells. Before each phlebotomy, you have to do a scrub, and we have a prep and a strip, and you disinfect the area, and at the whole time you're doing your phlebotomy, you try to keep in contact with the donor and make him feel comfortable as possible.
When Leroy started at United Blood Services, he worked as a technician in a mobile donor center. Donors didn't come to him, he went to them.
We went all over the state of Arizona to collect blood, and at times we had to stay out of town for a week. And what's so neat about this is you get to meet more people on mobiles and a lot of very caring, interesting people.
A willingness to learn new things quickly led to new opportunities for Leroy. But perhaps the best explanation for his advancement to cytopheresis technician is Leroy's attitude about the work he does.
You gotta say to yourself, you can save another life, and without you being there, how can you collect that blood?
A regular paycheck is just one of the rewards that can come from doing a job to the best of your ability. Sometimes there are unexpected, personal rewards. Today, when Leroy talks about dealing with the public, he makes it sound easy. You'd never guess that learning how to be comfortable talking to donors was one of the biggest challenges Leroy faced as a new technician.
You get to know the people, and you try to keep them busy and try not to get them nervous, so you just try to tell them that, this is a safe procedure that we're doing. Through a lot of one-on-one talking, it brought me out of my shyness.
Leroy's career is proof that you can go places by setting goals and working hard to achieve them.
My nationality is Navajo, and I'm from the Navajo reservation. The reservation covers the 4 states that meet up together, and they're the largest tribe in the United States. So most of the things on the reservation are a government operation. I didn't want to lean on the government forever. I figured the medical career would be a start, and people are always in need of help.
Leroy's success at building his career in blood services has given him the confidence to make new plans for his future.
Well, I feel like since I'm in the medical field already, I like to keep going on. One of the goals that I have right now is to go back to school and be an RN, and where you get more exposure to more trauma patients, or caring for patients that are recovering from surgery. And that feels like that's the next step on up.
Becoming a donor technician was the right first step both for Leroy and for Wendy. If you think it might be right for you, you should concentrate on science courses in school, especially biology. You might even consider getting an inside look at a donor center by giving blood yourself. If you decide that becoming a donor technician isn't right for you, there are other possibilities within blood services. If you become a hospital service representative, you'll be involved in transporting blood from donor centers, like the one where Leroy and Wendy work, to a laboratory like this one. Hospital service representatives also transport blood from laboratories to hospitals. Or, if you become a laboratory assistant, you'll help test the blood collected from donors to make sure it's safe. Other programs in the Enter Here series can introduce you to even more strong, entry-level jobs in other fields, jobs that can lead to careers every bit as rewarding as Wendy's or Leroy's. If you're motivated and if you have the high school diploma, you can move ahead while doing something important for your community. Take it from someone who knows.
Anybody can do it if they put their mind and heart to it.